What's going on, Swolder Nation and everyone in phase one? Good job. We're halfway through. We've made the hump. Now we're on the, I'd say downward roll with it, but actually it looks like things are getting kicked up a notch. This week looks really heavy. I'm looking forward to seeing what else the program has to offer. I've gone through the week just looking ahead, trying to figure out what to prepare myself for, how much soreness there's going to be. But it's been great so far. I thought I'd touch bases with you and let you all know where I've been, where I've come from, and where I'm going so far in this program. I sat down earlier to make a list of the pros and cons. Well, this was last night. There are not very many cons to this program. I got to read a few people's posts when Steve asked last night about how everyone was doing in phase one, and I saw a few. I personally keep a journal. I log my foods, I log my exercises, I log body pain. Things that I've noticed have improved the most, areas of weakness, things like that, so I can make mental notes and improve. Now, I do have a little advantage since I am in the Swolder program. I do have access to Alan Bishop, who's has been set aside as a personal reference trainer. I check in with him a couple times a week. He points me in the right direction, helps me to understand certain things. So I've made a little list here. If you see me looking at the screen, that's me reading off of it. First, I'm going to talk about nutrition, then supplements, and then the workout program and how I've come. Overall, I've lost about 4%. I do use on a regular basis once a week to measure this little thing right here called a sculpt. It's okay accurate. Does just as good as the caliper, so I do use that. And it just measures arms, whatever. You can do 3 points real quick to get a rough idea of your body fat. I actually do all the points, which is like 20 something points across the body. If you remove my gut and my wonderful love handles, I'm probably around 18 and a half, no, 19 and a half, something like that. But you put in the love handles, the stomach, and it goes up to around 23 and a half, 24, somewhere around there. Which is great. It's an improvement. I've been really, really dialed in on my nutrition, thanks to Mr. Allen. I was doing really well before. I'm doing the war on carbs, and I've already known through experience this year that carbs and I do not get along. So I hadn't been doing a lot of carbs. I've been mostly doing paleo lifestyle, Mediterranean, a lot of vegetables, a lot of proteins, very little carbs. So when we did the war on carbs, that wasn't an issue. I had been eating quite a bit of dairy, Greek yogurts, cheeses, things like that, because it's just protein and fat. Well, as it turns out, that impacts dairy products to insulin. And when you have insulin spikes and associated insulin issues, it causes fat retention and some other makeups in the body. So I had to avoid the dairy products. And that actually, after just 1 week, I noticed a difference on that one, just cutting the cheese out. I do miss I did enjoy a Greek yogurt in the morning for a go-to. But luckily now Mr. Cook is dating this Miss Olympiad girl. And she did a video, it did some downtime, so I do some YouTubing and research and stuff, and she recommended in one of her blogs coconut yogurt, good macros, so doesn't cause insulin spikes as far as I know. I'm still researching that, but I did get one yesterday. That was a strawberry or raspberry. It wasn't too bad, so once the verdict's in on that one, I'll probably pick up some more, because that's a quick, easy go-to yogurt or snack. The The other thing, as I mentioned in another blog, is I did have a form of bariatric surgery to resolve stomach ulcers, hiatal hernias, gastric reflux, and some other things uh, that I won't go into detail on because it's pretty gross. But so I can only eat about 8 ounces at a time. So I do eat 6 ounces, six times a day, and get as much protein as I can through that, uh, as well as I do have to supplement with protein shakes, and I do use True Source protein water, which is not the best tasting, but as long as you give it ice in it, it's not too bad. And then for my supplements, I do take mostly BSN products just because that's what I found. I had thought that all products were created equal when I first got into this. I was buying Walmart stuff. Oh, nay, nay. So as a result of that, I got rid of most of that. The Fortress stuff is horrible. I do like the BSN isolate, synthesis 6 isolate protein powders. They are really, really fine. They mix it really well, and they are formulated with both fast digesting and slow digesting proteins, so they last quite a while. So that helps a bit. And then I use BSN's No Explode. They have two forms. They have they have several. They have regular No Explode, and then they have Edge. I use BSN No Explode Edge. Yeah, when I'm using the Edge, it's just the stimulant one with the caffeine, and I cycle that off every other week. And the next, so basically think about the odd weeks of the month, I'm using the stimulated BSN Explode Edge with the caffeine in it. The even weeks of the month, I'm using the No Explode Edge without stimulant. Just fluctuating that through. I don't want my body getting used to caffeine and stuff, especially since a couple times a week I do, being an IT geek and everything, I do have a guilty pleasure. This here is my guilty pleasure, no carbonated, and it's 10 calories total, or 20 calories per two servings, and I don't get that right. So this takes me about 3 hours to drink, just FYI. So I have the protein, I have the No Explode pre-workouts. I have then I also take BSN's Amino X, which is basically creatine, amino acids, L-carnitine, a few other things in there that assist with recovery and efficiency while at the gym. So those are the basics. I also supplement the Amino X, which has 5 grams of creatine in it, with an additional 5 grams of creatine, just because I keep taking. So I take about 10 grams of creatine a day for supplement. I don't cycle that. After about 3 weeks, your body caps out if you're taking 5 to 10 grams a day, closer to 10. And then once you just maintenance on that one, I don't load it or anything. I just keep it in there, and I have noticed a difference. So and it takes about 3 weeks once you've got it up at the max levels. If you stop taking it, it does take about 3 or 4 weeks for it to come down, and I have noticed that when I came off the creatine, the workouts, it does make a difference. There's a lot of research out there, but those are the basics I take. I also take multivitamin, D3 subs, fish oil, coconut oil, glucosamine and conjointin for my joints. I'm older, 40, I want to make sure my back and body and joints still work when I get to be 60. A B12 soluble that goes into the tongue, a couple other things, nothing crazy, but that's what I take that way. I am in the gym usually at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'll get up at 4. I'm usually at the gym by 4:30. I've already been today. Today was leg day. That's why I'm not moving around too much. I'm sore from yesterday's heavy load, and today's, I'm pretty sure by the time the night gets here, which is going to be weird because usually I'm not too sore till the next day. I'm going to be sore. But that being said, that's what I'm loving about this program, is it keeps your body guessing. There's nothing consistent about the program other than there's a couple things I know. I know that I'm going to have a spot on that nutrition and diet. If I have trouble with it, I know that Alan and the community and Steve and Jake and Mike and Tyler are going to be there to help, especially Alan. The guy's been a phenomenal resource to have. but I'm just loving it. So, and then that, and then the programs are always changing. You know, one day, one week, you're going to be just, okay, this is going to be nice and easy. Not easy, but you know, it's going to be the weight that you're used to. Your body can go on it. And all of a sudden, they throw in one day, hey, guess what? It's going to throw you off. Let's do some heavy stuff. What I really do like is 7 weeks in, well, 6 weeks plus into the program, across the board, all of my maxes have gone up at least 30 pounds. And that could be because muscle has memory, and I was in the gym before, and then I'd been in the gym for about 6 to 8 weeks before the program started trying to get back. But these ones have really worked on the form. I've been really focused on the form. I'm glad that the program posts the videos. And for the exercises that don't have videos on them, if you Google Steve Cook or Jake and them, they do have some videos out there to do the forms that they want you to do. That note, Steve, Tyler, if you guys have watched this to this point, you might want to go back and get some of the videos added in. Some of them still question. Everyone's really working on form, and that really helps to have them there, at least in my opinion. So that's been going really, really well. I think I missed 2 days in the gym, and I made those up. I do not work out on Sundays. I don't do anything special on Sundays. That's always been my family's rest day. We go to church. We do our thing. Survived Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was great. Now, throughout the program, I'm not going to lie, I have had some really sore days. I've had some days where I didn't feel like going to the gym, but you nut it up and you get in there and you get it done. It's a great, phenomenal program. Seeing people's progress in posts help on the Facebook page and group. I wish I got to see more. I wish more people would post their blogs publicly. I think it would be fantastic to see that, to see what they're going through. Not even, you know, some of us are a lot as far along, and then there's others that are contest ready. That'd be great to see everything that everyone goes through. The program in whole is fantastic. I have had to deal with some injuries. I did try and have done gua sha now, which is what you can call scraping. Steve does it. Alan was the one who recommended doing it. My right knee had some pain in it. I had ACL surgery a while back, but it was more a result from tight hip flexors and bad ankle deflection from my squats and everything that caused it off. I also seen a chiropractor. I've had a bad back. I've had 7 procedures on it, including a rhizotomy to burn some nerves. I had that were crushed from a scuba diving accident. And then I had a couple slip discs. Those are pretty much healed. I don't have any herniation or anything. I managed to avoid the surgery, luckily. But I do go get that checked annually, because once you have it, it's susceptible. And a little note for those that look at it: once you have surgery and they put metal in your back or anywhere in your body, that causes degeneration of the bone, no matter what you do. So you're always going to have some sort of calcium supplement. Oh, I do take ZMA at night. Going back to the supplements, squirrel. So that being said, the gua sha. I mean, I do a lot of stretching. I saw a massage therapist several times. I see the chiropractor and a massage therapist monthly. I saw the gua sha guy twice now. She is fantastic. And I was skeptical at first, but I'm going to tell you right now, that shit works. It's freaking awesome. It's pretty cool. I felt an immediate difference. Went home that night when they did she started at my ankles, did my calves, my quads, my hip flexors. It took about 90 minutes, about $110. When I got home, I did some body weight squats, some lunges, and some TRX stuff, and that was pretty freaking awesome. I could already feel a mobility difference. She did my back yesterday. Yeah, and you do get the red marks, and it's pretty sore. And she worked on the back and the shoulders. She didn't do the neck, which I want to do next time. And then she's going to do my legs and my hip flexors one more time. But she wants to focus on the knee, but more on the hip flexors and sciatica stuff. But because it does cost a little bit more money, I told her it's probably not something I'm going to do all that often. So she's working at 90-minute sessions, which is going to be, this last one was $80, I think $85. And but the next one in 90 minutes, she's going to work about $110, which I can afford that way. And I'm going to spread them out probably once every 4 or 5 months or 4 months. And as soon as I can afford a little more, then I will. But I already have a tough enough time getting the wife to let me pay for the solar program. So That being said, overall, the video is getting to be 15 minutes. My progression is this. I'm down 4% body fat. My strength is up 25%. My energy levels are way up. My mood, my physical activity is up. I love being able to wrestle with my kids. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. Uh, it's great. People have started noticing and giving compliments. It's just a wonderful thing. So if you're struggling with the program, get with Steve, get with Jake, get with Michael, get with Tyler. Go with it. If you have the extra cash and you need the extra the extra coaching and everything like that, I'd do a month with the Swole, or I'm bumpy up for 1 month or two, and get yourself in with Alan or another coach that can check in with you weekly. It can answer those questions that you have that you might have some confusion on. You can YouTube, you can Google, you can do all that stuff. There's so much mixed information out there. Just having someone to be able to answer a question quickly and accurately for you without throwing all the hype in is fantastic. I mean, I read all sorts of stuff about, paleo and fats and carbs and proteins. Never once did I really consider insulin issues. So just take that as a word of advice. If you need that help, they have that there, and I would take full advantage of it. Again, Swolder Nation, keep swoldering on. If you like my videos, if you like my blogs or anything, please subscribe. Please put a thumbs up and like it. I'm still learning all this stuff. I'll try to keep the video shorter. This is my halfway checkpoint, so I wanted to make sure it was a good one. Anyways, guys, keep tough. See you in the gym, and peace out.